Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Broken Image Gaming with your host, Broken Image. Today, we're going to go over an awesome app called MixitUp. MixitUp is an app that you could use commands with it, you could use overlays with it. It puts pretty much all of your sources that you use for your streaming setup, all your overlay sources, all your chat commands, all your channel point redemption commands, everything you're going to be using for your Twitch overlay setup. It puts it into one nice little enclosed package, MixitUp, and it's super easy to use. I'm gonna go over it with you guys today. I'm gonna show you how to plug it up. I'm gonna show you how to put some overlays into your streaming to where it's just right there in your face. We're gonna see how it all works out and everything. It's super user friendly, and the best part of it is it's all completely free. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna plug it up. We're gonna set it up in our computer. I'm gonna show you how to set it up, and we're gonna go through the whole features. We're gonna go through I'm gonna throw the sync at you pretty much. It's gonna be super quick, but it's super easy to use and to learn. And at the very end of this video, I'm gonna show you a little feature about MixitUp that you're probably gonna be using a lot because I know I do. All right, stick around. Let's jump right into it.
All right, guys, so we're here on our desktop, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys step-by-step process of setting up this MixitUp app and a few of the little features in the MixitUp app that you might get. You guys might want to check out. So first off, we're going to have to go to this Google Chrome here or whatever web browser you're using, and then in the search bar, just type it up MixitUpApp.com. That'll bring you straight to the MixitUp page. It's mixitupapp.com. And then you click this download thing right here. And it brings you down here to this spot right here. And you can download the MixitUp installer today. This is your requirements. You got to have a twitch.tv account and you have to have Windows 8 or higher. So what you want to do is you want to click the download installer button, and that'll bring the installer up on your PC to download the MixitUp app. So once you get that downloaded, what you're going to want to do is you're going to open up the app. It'll automatically open up. And once it opens up, it'll look something like this. But my MixitUp app, I have an automatic login. You'll have to log in for the first time, but after you log in for the first time, you just go into your settings and you click automatic login. And then after that, you can just automatically have MixitUp login once you click the app to log into MixitUp. All right, so once the app's up right here, all of these names over here, these mostly are bots. Like all of these, like this Draps, Nat, and all this stuff. These are bots that are always in your background on Twitch. You can't see it like in your own chat. They don't mark as a viewer either. They're just always there. They're taking up space. They're like lurkers in the background. But on MixitUp, you could actually see all of the bots that are always in your chat. So yeah, you could go ahead and click. They don't like I've tried, but you could right click on them, go to user info. Like this one, see the account age has been 17 days, right? Network. Like like you don't need that. Network. Watch time 8 hours. They're not following you. You could go ahead and click the ban and ban this bot from your chat, and it'll get out of there. And you could go to all of these that you haven't actually put in your chat because we're not even live, right? There should be nobody in your chat right now. So all of these, and they come back in every time you pull up your MixitUp app, they'll come back in, and you just keep banning them. You just keep pulling them up and banning them. The only people that should be in my chat is me, the user. Pokemon Community Game, it's a bot that I put in my chat. Sound Alerts and Stream Element. That's it. These are the only bots that I actually put in my chat. So all these other ones, they're just they're just random bots, like random uh, just spam bots. So anyway, so this is your dashboard. Actually, this is your dashboard, and you can actually change your dashboard out in many different layers if you want to use this, like while your stream's up. I don't. I use my OBS. I use my OBS docs for it, but you can go in here. You could go and click into the layouts. You could have two, one, right? Four layouts all around, and the different things. You could have statistics in one, alerts, game queue, quick commands, all these different things. You have your chat up in this, you know, you could have that up on your stream if you would like, but I don't use the dashboard. You could clear chat right here. This will clear all chat messages from the stream. Are you sure? Yes. Let's go ahead and clear that. You can disable chat. with pause commands. You can do all that great stuff. But what we want to come into MixitUp is we want to come up here to the hamburger menu right here. And what you want to first do is whenever you get MixitUp for your first time, you want to come down here into accounts. Click on accounts. You want to make sure your Twitch account is connected to MixitUp. So you just log in with your Twitch account. I've been logged in. If you want to log in with a bot account, like another Twitch account, and make it your bot account, that way whenever your MixitUp actually makes chat messages in your chat, it'll show your bot account's name instead of your name. You can. I just have it up as my name. It's like me chatting in chat. So yeah, that's what I do. But just make sure your Twitch account is linked to MixitUp. And after you do that, what you want to do is you want to go to services. And within the services, these like you could link MixitUp. In this tab, this is where you link MixitUp to any services that you're using on your computer. So if you have voice mod right here, if you have stream elements, if you want to link that up. I've got stream elements, but I'm not linked up to MixitUp. I have stream elements separately in my chat from MixitUp. But you could combine them. That's fine. I just chose not to. You could have Streamlabs or Streamlabs desktop, but I use OBS Studios right here, and I use the overlays here in MixitUp. So you want to link both of these two. So if you link the overlays, it's going to give you a local host URL to link your overlay so you can play overlays through your OBS. But what you want to do is with OBS, you want to link your OBS to MixitUp. When you link your OBS to MixitUp, I'll show you real quick. Hold on. So we're going to disconnect here. It's going to give you your IP address. This is your little port. It's local, like y'all could enter all that in or whatever. It's local. Um, and then it'll give you the place where you put your password in. So for the password, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go into OBS right here. You go up here to Tools in the top menu, and you go down to WebSocket Server Settings. If you have the newest version of OBS, it should be already in OBS. You shouldn't have to put any WebSockets in here. So if you don't have a newer version, update your OBS. If you're streaming through like Streamlabs or something, I'm not sure where your plugins are for that, but this is just with OBS. This is all I know is with OBS. So you go to WebSocket Server Plugins, and right here, this is my server port. You could change that to whatever. Enable authentication. That means you have to do a server password, and this is my server password right here. So you generate a new one. You could generate a new password, or you could come down here to show connect info, and then you copy the password in. I'm not going to show you guys that. I'm going to go ahead and do it, but it's not going to be on the video. And then, but after you go to show connect, well, I'll just put like a little thing over the password. Okay, so show connect info right here appears in output. Stream recording is currently active. Are you sure you want to show your connect info? Yes. So right here you have your connect URL. I'm not going to show you guys that. I'm gonna have a thing over. You have a little whatever you call it, one of those little pictures. You can take a picture of it, and then you have your server IP, you have your server port, and you have your server password. Right here it'll show your server password, and then what you do is you just come over here and you click copy. Copy your password right there, and then you go in. We can click off of this, and you go into, let's click out of here. You don't need to apply anything because you're just trying to get your password out of there. You go into here, and you go into your MixitUp right here, and in your password field right here, you just paste that into your password field like that, and you click connect. And it's connected. You could click test connection. It pulls up OBS Studio, connection test is successful. So now OBS is connected to MixitUp. So up here in overlays, what you want to do with your overlay is it gives you a web URL right here. This URL, this local host right here, you want to click on that. It brings you to a link for the web URL. Then you just come up here to this box and you copy that. You copy that that overlay right there for this web URL. Minimize that. And then over here, you have, if you have OBS, XSplit, Streamlabs, OBS, all this stuff, you could auto refresh the web browser source that contains the MixitUp overlay. MixitUp starts when MixitUp starts. Simply type the name of the source below. Simply type the name of the web browser source in your streaming software below. So my web browser source name is MixitUp, and I'll show you guys that right now. Over here in live scene, scroll up, MixitUp's at the very top of my sources right here, and that's what I named it. You can name it whatever you want. I named it MixitUp. So if I click on this to this URL right here, this is the URL that I have in that top. So what you do is you just copy and then you paste it in here, that URL, that localhost. You want to do your width and height of whatever your screen display is. So if you're streaming at 1080p, your width is going to be 920 and your height's going to be 1080, right? I control all my audio through OBS, so I checked this little box to where I could have my audio go into my audio sources in OBS, so I could actually adjust how loud I want it and everything in OBS. All my audio sources are in the same spot. So we're just going to go ahead and click OK, and that would make MixitUp's browser source overlay in my browser source in OBS. So if you haven't made a browser source yet, this MixitUp is a browser source. So what you would want to do is you want to click plus icon and you go to browser right here, right? And then you name it whatever, and then that would pull up the properties tab. So I'm not going to do all that because I already got MixitUp in here. So that's how you create a browser source for MixitUp. And then you click the URL, you put the URL link in there and everything like that. So that's how you link everything, your overlays and everything into OBS. So you could get the screen stuff on your screen. And so you could like adjust little things on your screen too. And I'll show you guys that later in the video. So what we're going to do next is once we got that taken care of, once we got these two linked up, you could also link different your different socials. Like I've got my Discord linked and I've got my Twitter linked. And I got those two linked specifically so I could get alerts to my viewers whenever I go live. So people that, have followed me, when I go live, it's an automatic alert. It automatically posts it on my Twitter saying, "Hey, I went live. Come check me out," and sends the link. And on my Discord, "Hey, I went live." Um, so what you got to do is you just got log, mix it up into both of these, and it's super self-explanatory. I'm not going to log out and log in, but it's super self-explanatory. And if you're having problems, just go ahead and drop a comment down in the comment section. I'll try to help you guys out. But so once you link all that stuff up, once you link everything up that you need to link, by the way, you could link up Streamlabs and Stream Elements. I don't know if I told you guys that, but there you got Streamlabs, Stream Elements, anything that you use for streaming is right here. Stream avatars. I don't use any of that other stuff. I just use those four things for mine. But okay, so once you link all that stuff up in services, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the commands tab. And this is where we're going to have our commands. So as you can see on the screen, I have two groups. This is a Pokemon image group, and I'll tell you guys about that a little bit later in the video. And then I got ungrouped. These are just regular commands that I put into my chat. So click on that, and these are the different commands right here. Actually, this roll dice command I put in there. Let's go ahead and delete that, and I'll put roll dice in there to show you guys how the commands works, right? So dad jokes. We'll just go into dad jokes real quick. What happens is you click on that little message icon, and it pulls up your dad joke to like edit it. So the name is dad joke. Your chat identifier is dad joke with an exclamation mark in the front. This little checkbox here, that means you don't have to put an exclamation mark in this line, right? So whenever you put it in chat, you're still gonna have to put the exclamation mark in, but in here you just put dad joke up here and it'll auto include the exclamation mark. So whenever you go in chat, you put the exclamation mark in to use your command. If that makes sense. Okay, so this is your web request. So the first thing it's gonna do, this is all inline, so it's gonna do this, this, and this. If you don't put wait between your actions, what you could go down here is you could add more actions, right? If I want to add an action, I want to add another chat message, right? Like that. I can click on chat message, click add. It'll put this chat message down under here, and I can put whatever I want in chat right here once you add this dad joke. So, but I'm not going to do that. We're not going to have that. That's just how you do it. You could put whatever, like a chat message. You could put a Discord link. You could do whatever. Like you could put whatever. You could do wait. You could put a Twitch handle. Like any of these little things, any of these commands you want to do, you can make another command within this command. It's like you could get super in depth with this, but we're just doing the basics, right? So the first thing it's going to do, it's going to call a web request, and it calls to this web URL, and it's a special identifier, right? JSON to special identifier. JSON is the value name and it's joke, right? So that down there is your special identifier it's going to pull up. And your special identifier is dad joke. And the reason why all that's there is because on this next message, chat message, your chat message, the special identifier we put in is the $ dad joke. So that pulls this URL right here. So whenever you put in dad joke, it's going to pull that URL. So it'll call for that. So in the chat message, that's what it's pretty much doing. It's just going to pull up the URL. It's going to pull up the dad joke, and it'll pull up into chat. And then after that displays in chat, it's going to wait 10 seconds. So the reason why I wanted to wait 10 seconds is because I don't want people spamming dad jokes and just going one right after one. It's going to have 10 seconds in between the amount of times you could call dad joke. So let's go up and pull up my feed, bring my chat over here on this side, and let's enter in dad joke just to show you guys how it works. And it pulls up the dad joke like that. I was so proud when I finished the puzzle in 6 months, when on the side it said 3 to 4 years. If you don't get that, you should be watching this video. So anyways, so that's, a little dad joke, and it's just random dad jokes. They just pull up randomly. It's like a slew of dad jokes. I don't think I've gotten two alike so far in stream. They're always different. So it's pretty fun for the viewers to just go in there. And anybody could go in there and pull up a dad joke. And I'll show you that how to make it to where like specific people can only use the command. So up here in the user requirements, right here, let's pull this over so you can see it. In the user requirements, you click this little thing with the little key by it, the little guy with the key by it. And right here, it shows all who can use this command, right, in chat. Right now, I've got it for all the users, right? But you could go, just click advanced. You could go and you could add specific role users. So if I only want followers to use this command, you click on followers and you click add, and it only adds followers in their command. So only followers can actually use that command in stream. But we want all users to use this command. So we're just going to go to user and yeah, add that role. So, but that's advanced. If you go to simple, it's just this is what we just want, the user and the role. So everybody could use the dad joke, right? So that's what that is. All this other stuff, I won't get into it. If you guys want another video on how like, in depth on each of these things, I could go in depth. But yeah, that's dad joke right there. And then over here, I've got my shout outs. So how shout outs work, and it's super simple. Well, when I say super simple, it just, it works. So the name is shout out. That's the name inside the mixed up. And then right here is just your chat identifier. This is what you're going to do in your command. You could put anything in there. I've got SO for my shout outs because that's how I shout out people in my stream. So you do command SO. So first thing it's going to call a chat message and it's going to say this. These are your identifiers in the stream. And if you want to know what your identifiers, like how to use the identifiers in your chat message, you click on this special identifier reference and it has a whole slew of identifiers of what you could use to call certain things out. So it looks gibberish in the stream, but in this chat message, but this is what I use. And if you want to go ahead and copy this down and use this in your stream, you can. So I got, hey, you should check out target target username. So that's pulling up the username that I'm telling it to check out. So whenever I do shout out whoever, Mike Hannigan, um, if you guys don't know that reference, if you know that reference, please drop it down in the comments. Mike Hannigan, if you know that reference. If you don't, you shouldn't be watching this video. So, okay, hey, you should check out Mike Hannigan, right? It's whenever I shouted out Mike Hannigan up in the chat, you're gonna say, hey, you should check out Mike Hannigan. Last seen him playing whatever game they streamed. If they don't stream a game, it's not gonna put it in there because if they're not streaming anything, if it doesn't pull up on their feed, it won't say in the target user stream game. So it'll just be blank right there. Last seen him playing blank, right? And then I put they're freaking awesome and I put their target user URL right there, right at the end. So that calls their actual the URL to go to their Twitch page. So that's the way I shout out people. And then also in this shout out, what it can do is it can shoot up an overlay. That's why we set up those overlays on the screen. So on the overlay right here, it pops up an image, right here. And you could do a percentage, which our percentage is at 85 and 35, right? You could do 85 from the left and 35 from the top. So that's where I want exactly where that image is. And this is the image target right here, target user avatar. This brings up their avatar, their Twitch avatar. So it pops it up on screen so everybody could see it, right? Its width is 200 by 200 pixels, and it's gonna stay up for 5 seconds. You could have it up for a minute if you wanted. I'm putting it up for 5 seconds. You could do the screen position like that, or you could go over here to simple, and you could pick where you want it at. You could pick it on the left, right, up top corner, right corner, all that stuff, bottom. But I like to do percentage because the reason why I said 85 is because I wanted to make sure it's still in the right positions, 85 and 35. So 85 from the left and 35 from the right. That's going to be right up above this this video screen. So right up above my camera, their picture is going to pop up. So that's going to be their image of their picture. Then there's going to be an image of their display name, like what their Twitch display name is on their website. And so that's going to pop up above my head too. And so I have a sound that plays, right? And I'll show you guys the sound in a second because it's pretty cool. So I have a sound that plays, and here's something super, super important that I want you guys to know. Whenever you're playing sounds, like what I have all my sounds set up through the overlay. So whenever it pulls up on the overlay, it's going to go through that overlay URL. What you have to do, this is going to be on default. By default, I put all of my sounds through my OBS, so you wouldn't be able to hear the sound if it's on default. I had to put it up, the audio output device, through the MixitUp overlay. I put all my sounds through the overlay because that's where it's going. So you put the overlay and then you do the volume, however much volume you want. And right here is the link to the sound that I have, or the file I have on my computer. So that's the sound, and then like I did on the other one, it's going to wait five seconds before you could post another one, before you could post another shout out in chat. So 5 seconds between shout outs. So you can't just spam shout outs on someone. And on this shout out command, actually, what I did was on my user requirements, you remember what I was telling you guys about just specific people? Like during shout outs, the only people I want to shout out other people in stream is me, the Twitch VIPs, and moderators. So if you're not a Twitch VIP or you're not a moderator in my chat, you're not going to be able to shout out. So that's giving the VIPs a little bit extra, like, hey, I could do something more in stream, you know? So that's what I do for my shout outs. But and that's how the shout outs work. And like I was saying before, all of these are called before the other. Actually, if you don't have a wait um between the different things, it's going to call it at the same time. So chat message, overlay, and sound is all called at the same time, then it waits 10 seconds. If you want it to call differently, if you want like one image to pop up and then go away and then another image to pop up, go away, what you're going to have to do is you're going down to action and then you click on the wait tab and you want to add that to the source and then you move it up. Like you see these arrows, you can move this wait tab up between these two. So if I wanted that image to play, the overlay image up here to play, and then wait for amount of seconds, then another one to play, I'll put a wait in the middle of them, right? But we don't want that. We want to keep it all like that. So let me show you guys actually how that works on stream, the shout out command. Let's pull up my OBS again, pull it up, and here we'll bring this over this way. So you guys see above my head, and we'll close down that. All right, so it's going to pop up my my Twitch handle. What I'm going to do in here is I'm going to do command shout out broken image. I'm going to shout myself out. Yeah. Now it didn't work. Let's see why it didn't work. All right, so that's all you really need to do is just need to refresh the software. If it's not working, just go into MixitUp. I just clicked on defaults and I entered it all in again. But what you want to do is start up MixitUp before you start up your OBS or Streamlabs or whatever, and you won't come into that. So I started up OBS first because I wanted to record me starting up MixitUp for you guys. So let's go ahead and put it in here, and now this should work accurately on screen. Let's go ahead and do that. Put fave Pokemon up there, and you guys will figure out why I did that here in a second. We're going to shout myself out again. BROK3N1MAGE and chat.
I need you to stay awesome.
You see, that's what will play throughout through your stream, everything like that. Cool. So those are your commands. And also, we're going to go into another thing, and then I'm going to tell you guys a really cool function and mix it up that's really cool. So if you go over here to Twitch channel points, this will only work if you're affiliated, right? Because Twitch channel points. Commands will work with anybody that's streaming. Commands, anything that you do in OBS, linking your OBS up. But if you want to use channel points for this, if you want to put anything on a channel point, this is how you do it. And it links everything if you have your Twitch linked up to it. So I got all my channel points here, and right here, flip cam. This is a channel point that I have for, I think it's like 500 channel points on my stream. And what it does, flips my camera upside down. And it's pretty much the same thing. It plays a sound, it waits a little bit after the sound, upside down, wait, right side up, right side up. And it's a pretty cool little thing. And I'll show you guys that real here in a second too. So that's my channel point option. And if I come in here into my OBS, and I click on my thing right here, and I go down here to flip cam for 500 points. You click on that, redeem,
Go on, do it.
flips. And it stays like this for 15 seconds, and it flips back. So that's the whole code inside the channel point redeem option on MixitUp, right? So that's pretty cool. And all of that's coded right here in this code. See, it waits 15 seconds between right here. It's going to wait 15 seconds. It's upside down for both my live and then my just chatting page too. And then after the sound, it waited a little bit and then it flips me back over. See, it's already flipped me back over. So that's actually the code that I put in here. And then all you got to do is save it after you're done, and it saves it right there into the thing. Do you see this upload to community? This is what I wanted to show you guys last in the upload to community page. So you come over here to community commands. And here, if you're not good with figuring out how to make commands, here they have so many commands that you can just upload or download onto your thing, and it works right away, super quick. And I'm gonna show you. Where's that dice thing at? It has all kinds of things. The dad jokes right here, yeah? That was an uploaded community command thing. I didn't know any of that code. I just put it in there. Overlay shout out. The shout outs that I use, I changed it up a little bit for my own preferences, but the original code right there. Pokemon image, I will show you guys that in a second. And then over here, we're going to do the roll dice one. So click on this roll dice. This command has a custom number of rolls. You command exclamation mark roll. Does the basic 6-sided roll, an exclamation mark roll, and then you put a number after it. It does a custom sided roll dice of any number. So let's go ahead and download that. We're going to do it a chat. You could do it, add to an existing chat, or you can make it a channel point, whatever you want to do. You can make it a timer, like every so often it'll roll a dice. We're just going to do it in the chat. So let's go ahead and click OK. And then over here is the code. We didn't have any of that in. You do just do command roll, roll the dice. You got a conditional, all this stuff, all this targets. I have no idea what any of this means. Somebody else did though, and they put it in here. I'm just putting it in my stream, right? Custom roll. This is whenever you custom roll it. All this, I have no idea what any of this means. All this code. And then the chat message. This is what's going to displayed. Username rolled a roll result, right? So we're going to go ahead and click save. And now that should be in my chat. Let's go ahead and bring that down. Bring this over. Let's go ahead and enter in here. Roll. I rolled a 2, right? So if we want to roll a higher dice with more sides, that was just a 6-sided dice roll. Roll 20-sided dice. I rolled a 9. See? Super easy. It took like 2 seconds to put into my chat, and it's right there. So yeah, that's how MixitUp works. MixitUp's an awesome bot to use for my stream. You saw how it worked with the flipping the camera over and everything. It's just the only caveat I will say. Let's go down here to the camera only thing. Switch to my scenes. The only caveat I will say about the MixitUp app is you have to have it running in the background. And that's the only bad thing, because like all these other bots, you got Stream Elements, you got Nightbot, all these other bots you don't have to have running in the background. It's just running somewhere and it works, right? This one, since it's something you download onto your PC, you have to have it running in the background while your OBS is running. So if you're running on something that the hardware's not up to specs and you're just barely running OBS, you're barely running Streamlabs, MixitUp probably isn't for you, but it's a super good app, and everything is free. And you saw like the community page. You could just go in there and you could just pick your own stuff. It's one of the best. It's one of the better, in my opinion, one of the better apps. And my mic is just going all over the world right here. Um, so yeah, it's one of the better apps, and I highly recommend it. But yeah, the only caveat is you have to have it run in the background, and it takes your CPU. I'm at 1.3% right now, which isn't bad. I'm running at 30 frames. But if your hardware's not up to specs, it's probably gonna glug down your CPU pretty much. But if your hardware's not up to specs, you probably shouldn't be streaming with this OBS or Streamlabs or anything like that anyways. Let's just be honest, right? So, but guys, if you found this information informative, and if you have any questions, drop it down in the comment. If you like this, just shoot me a like, subscribe, because I want to post content like this daily. And if I would like some feedback from you guys, if you know of anything else that you want me to go into more detail with, anything in OBS that you're unsure of that maybe I could help you out on, just drop it down in the comments. And I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. So I almost forgot the one thing that I was telling you guys about this whole time was let me go in here and check it. It's in the chat box. It's that Pokemon image. I was telling you guys I was gonna do that. I don't have my OB. I don't need that stuff. I already exit out, mix it up, and everything coming back in. Um, so so that Pokemon image, right, in the commands that I was telling you guys about, this one right here. Um, I'm going to show you guys what it does. And this actually is one of those downloadable ones in the community section. So all you got to do is go into the community. It's called Pokemon Image on the community. I'll show you. Right here. In community, right here, you scroll over this little Pokemon image right here. You just click on that and then download it onto your MixitUp thing. Just click the download. And it's super cool. And once you get it all set up, once you have your overlay set up and all that stuff, it's it's a really cool command, and I'll show you what it does right now in the chat. Click that out right here. So in your chat, what I did, well, hold on. Let me go over here to MixitUp. I'll show you the command, what it looks like. So in the command, what I did in the chat identifier is I did fave Pokemon because it just has default Pokemon, but since I have that Pokemon community game in chat, whenever you enter exclamation mark Pokemon anything, if it doesn't have if it's Pokey anything with the community game, and if it's not one of their commands, it'll pull up an error in the community game. So every time I was doing Pokemon and whatever, this one would work, but then the community game would like error this, error that. That's not the right whatever. So I did fave Pokemon for me because I think it's pretty cool. Like you could like come in chat, and if it's your favorite Pokemon, you could do that and it'll come up on screen, right? So fave Pokemon, then whatever Pokemon it is. So you have to spell it right. That's what all this code is here for. It calls the images, it calls the get Pokemon image. Check for spelling errors. If you spelt it wrong, it's going to come up with the missing number, and I'll show you guys that in a moment. And then if it's no errors, it's going to call the Pokemon. It's going to display the image. It's going to do the Pokemon's cry, and it's going to do the name, and then it's going to display the name of the image. So let's go ahead and do that right now in the chat, and I'll show you what it looks like because it's pretty cool. So you can see in chat, I've already tested it out, make sure it's working properly. So you do command fave Pokemon, and my favorite Pokemon is Pikachu. So P-I-K-A-C-H. Nope, I spelled it wrong. Pikachu.
Pikachu!
Right? And it does that for almost every Pokemon. I have not found a Pokemon in this database that it doesn't do it for. But like say, if I do another one, I think Pikachu's the only one that actually cries out its name. All the other ones have the like OG like Nintendo sound, like the OG Game Boy sound for the Pokemon. So I'll show you right now. Fave Pokemon, Charmander. See if I spelled that right. See that? But it still shows the image up top, so it's super cool. And then that, along with my Pokemon community game, if a Pokemon's name comes across that you don't know about, you just enter that in chat, and it'll pull the picture up so you can actually see the Pokemon that you're trying to catch in the Pokemon community game. So yeah, I think that's a super, super, super cool feature that MixitUp has, and I've got it in my chat on Twitch too. So yep, I just wanted to update you guys on that, and I hope you guys really like this MixitUp app because I really do, and it's a really cool MixitUp. I'll see you guys later. Peace.